the last part of our conversation, Mr. Daniel Steinman, you also mentioned employment as one of the components in terms of our talk in regards to water. How does employment come in?
Elsie, think of any minister going on when they open a big project, or when they talk on a public podium, when a minister makes a speech, when a regional governor makes a speech, when an economic analyst for the office of the Prime Minister prepare a report. The two words that you always see: sustainability, employment.
Yes.
Because those are the two difficult things. And this is what very few people realize. Both of them are impacted to a very large degree by the presence or the absence of water. And in our case, even more so. So when I say that water is the single most important economic element, I am not fibbing. I'm not sucking it out of my thumb. I've been observing this relationship between water and the Namibian economy. Not any economy. Not any economy, the Namibian economy. And as I have seen, as I have watched the one development plan after the other, some of them achieved some of the targets and others did not achieve anything. They basically failed. If you remember, NDP 3 was replaced long before it was due by NDP 4, because NDP 3 happened in that time of 2012, 2013, 2014, when the economy was running on 6 cylinders, but fueled by debt, not by investment. And this is the thing about the lack of water. And I mean, you asked me, why did I want to talk about water? And I said, because it's raining. you can see it all around you. And while we sit here and you look outside, you see the whole place is covered in cloud. And it's drizzling. It's already wet. It's a good season so far, except for the Kalahari there next to the Botswana border. But they also had some relief in the last 4 or 5 days. But now we come to employment, we come to business confidence, we come to investment confidence. And this whole thing, the conundrum, the sticky part, the difficult thing to solve is that I go to the bank, I've got a project, a big project. I'm a serious developer, person, economic actor. And I want to borrow 10 million Namibian dollars from the bank. I want to build 200 houses. And I want to develop an industrial park or something in that league, that $10 million league. Now, I can guarantee you, unless you steal Namdia's diamonds and go sell them somewhere in the Middle East, or unless you crook on tenders, the procurement board, like we very well informed about, you're not going to make 10 million.
Yeah.
You will have to, that 10 million for your project, if it is successful, you will probably have an agreement with a bank that you amortize that over 7, 8, 9, 10, even 12 years. If you buy a $1.5 million house, the bank allows you 20 years to amortize that loan. Your project is dependent on the performance of the rest of the economy.
Yeah.
But I have just said it's impossible to predict the Namibian economy because it's impossible to predict the Namibian weather. And this is what makes it so difficult from a development point of view, in the sense that if you're looking at business confidence and investors, whether they are keen to come into the local market or not, you always take a 5-year or a 10-year view. But if local conditions that are dependent on water prevent you from taking a reliable 5-year view, then you can imagine for yourself, it's difficult to convince the bank, hey, give me that 10 million, my project is going to work.
Yeah.
Because I can guarantee you, if they say you can pay the loan back in 5, 7 or 10 years, 6 of the 10 years is going to be dry years. 2 of the 10 years will be very dry years, and 1 of the 10 years will be a flood year, like we're having now, like we had in 2011 the last time. The mere fact that 2011 was the last very wet year and we are now in 2025 shows you 14 years. Now, I don't know who your bank is, but my bank will not give me 14 years leeway or sort of a 14-year holiday on big commitments. So when it rains, you immediately see the effect on us, on the economic environment, on the business people, basically on everybody. It lifts our spirits.
It does.
It creates business confidence. Because now we know we can sort of make a good living for 12 months, and if it is dry again next year, we will survive for 24 months. So there's a psychological angle to water in Namibia as well. And that the fact that it is now green, I can guarantee you by the end of this year, I would say about 20 to 25% of all the farms in Namibia will be up for sale. Why? Because farmers sell their farms when it is green, when the grass is this high, not when it is red sand, you know. So this is the whole thing. That unpredictability has a direct economic impact because it makes it very difficult to forecast and to plan big projects because you don't know whether it's going to be wet or dry next year.
Okay. So on that note, we unfortunately have to say goodbye to you. And now we do know that water is an essential need, not just for your body, not just for your spirit.
For your bank manager.
But also for your bank manager and for your bank account. So have yourself a good one, and we will meet again. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel Steinman. And thank you to our listeners for always keeping it locked to the Power Station.